very scared.
A massive fire in Maryland. Nearly 50 people without their home, dozens of apartments impacted. Several firefighters were hurt. Report from the scene. And from new traffic cameras in Virginia to relief for Metro's summer headache on the Red Line. We're monitoring your commute across the DMV. Going Gaga for Go-Go, celebrating a DC music icon in the most fun way possible. The legacy of Chuck Brown honored in DC.
The earlier storms are gone, but Sunday also has some storms in it. We'll talk about the timing of those storms with your Futurecast. That's all coming up in just a little bit.
And we're stretching your dollar with the top-tier tips to nab the most scholarship money for college.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Saturday evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. Heartbreaking images in Maryland tonight. Dozens are without a home, people looking for a new place to live after a massive condo fire destroyed this morning. The fire broke out just after 8 o'clock at the Clarksburg condominiums in Clarksburg, Maryland. That's where we find DC News Now's Dave Laval with more.
A fence now surrounds what's left of this building here at the Clarksburg condominiums. Investigators call it a total loss following Saturday's fire.
It was really bad.
Lori Remmers woke up Saturday morning to a sight she did not expect to see.
I was very scared because it was right here next to me. And so I just moved here 3 months ago.
Remmers lives across the street from what remains of one building at the Clarksburg condominiums. Firefighters arrived to find flames erupting from the rear of the building. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue says the blaze started in a first-floor unit. A caller to 911 could not get an answer from a neighbor's condo after she saw smoke pour from it. The fire worries Remmers.
I'm on the 3rd floor, and so it's like something can happen on the 1st floor here in my building, and it will just go right up to me.
Firefighters say the blaze damaged 24 units and forced the evacuation of 43 people. Rescue crews treated 4 people on scene, while 2 went to the hospital with what are described as non-critical injuries. 4 firefighters suffered injuries, as 2 also found themselves transported with non-critical injuries.
It's just really scary knowing that it could happen here.
Smoke detectors work, an eerie reminder of what happened Saturday morning. Investigators are still trying to find out what sparked the fire. In Clarksburg, Maryland, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Feel for a lot of people out there. Thanks, Dave. Turning now to your forecast with Scott Sumner. Quieter night than just a couple hours ago.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, we're going to show you that wrap up over the last 12 hours, what has transpired here. So we'll go back to 10 o'clock this morning here, and everything was quiet. We had plenty of clouds around. About 1, 2 o'clock, started to see some storms fire up. A couple of them did become severe, and the one to the north actually had a little bit of rotation in it for a while here. The one that's coming across Frederick County into Montgomery County, southern Frederick County, northern Montgomery County right there, and then certainly into Howard County. So we're going to see more of that tomorrow, but before that happens, we have, where it did rain, certainly an idea of some areas of patchy fog, potentially lowering visibilities down to about a half a mile or lower, and that's early in the morning. So if you have to go somewhere tomorrow morning early, please be aware, if you run into some fog, slow down, obviously, don't put any high beams on or anything like that. And then after that, we go back to after the fog burns off, we'll have also another day with showers and storms, adding to the rain total that we had today, and potentially here adding up to maybe another 1 or 2 inches worth of rain. So a quick look at your brunch forecast. Yep, chance of showers here. Not the best Sunday, but better weather ahead, and I'll talk about that coming up.
Looking forward to the good news. Thank you, Scott. All right, the district police say that a man was shot and killed this morning in Northeast near the Maryland line. Officials responded to New Hampshire Avenue around 10 a.m. It's there they found a man who was shot, not conscious, not breathing. Police say he later died. Officials say they do have 1 person in custody in connection to the shooting. Right over in Maryland, the Frederick Police Department says that they quickly arrested a man connected to a homicide that happened just late last night. Officials responded to Heather Ridge Drive in Frederick around 11:45. It's there police found a man who was shot, sent to the hospital. That's where he died. During the investigation, police say an officer pulled a driver over near the crime scene after they say the driver was speeding and failed to stop at a stop sign. During that traffic stop, Police say they found evidence linking the driver, Elijah Stephen Mbas, to the shooting. Officers arrested the 22-year-old and charged him with first and second-degree murder. Right in the Commonwealth, Fairfax County officials say that they are expanding their speed camera pilot program. Countywide photo speed enforcement will move forward in 2 phases. Officials say phase 1 include 50 additional cameras distributed between school and work zones over the next few months. That includes Chantilly High School, McLean High School, and Mount Vernon High School. Prince George's County teenager Caden Holland, also known as Baby K, will now serve at least 25 years behind bars for attempted murder. The judge just yesterday called the attack willful, premeditated, and deliberate, handing down a 60-year sentence. Baby K must spend at least 25 years in prison. Prince George's County Deputy Chief explaining the attempted shooting rocked a local community.
The trauma just doesn't stop with the immediate victims. It has ramifications that can impact entire families and communities. Anybody that saw the video and saw how close we came to losing a life on a public school bus, I'm sure was horrified.
The judge gave Holland credit for the 443 days that he's already spent in jail. All right, at least 9 people were hurt, including 3 kids, involving a crash with several cars in Montgomery County. One adult had to be taken to a trauma hospital. It happened on 270 North between Clarksburg and Hyattstown just yesterday. Also in Montgomery County, investigators arrested a teen for ramming several police cruisers. This was in White Oak on Thursday. You could see the smashed front end of that cruiser. Police say they first spotted the teen in a stolen car on New Hampshire Avenue. Then the teen would not stop, instead driving into several police cars. The teen then tried to jump out the window before being arrested. In Virginia, Loudoun County Sheriff's Office is investigating a body that was found on the W&OD Trail. Our crews were in Sterling as deputies were searching the area between Dominion and Crestview Drives. Officials are still looking into how the person died. We'll stay on top of that story and keep you updated with the latest. All right, a federal judge has rejected a lawsuit challenging Governor Glenn Youngkin in restoring voting rights for convicted felons. The judge says the process might not be transparent or even fair, but it is legal. In Virginia, convicted felons automatically lose their right to vote unless the governor restores it. Several previous governors automatically returned that right to certain nonviolent felons, but Governor Youngkin changed the process, choosing to review each case individually. The lawsuit argues Youngkin's process violates a clause preventing the government from using arbitrary discretion to prevent someone from exercising their First Amendment rights. But the court found because a felon has already lost the right to vote, Youngkin isn't denying them that right.
See why the argument would be in a situation or circumstance where the license gets at an individual's First Amendment rights, you wouldn't want a government official exercising much discretion. In a situation where the government official is just ostensibly giving rights to someone, that's one where you might well allow plenty of discretion to be exercised.
In a statement, Governor Youngkin's office says that they were pleased with the court's ruling. All right, in Maryland, summer renovations on the Red Line have been giving commuters a headache. WMATA closed 5 Red Line stations so that work could be done, including the one in downtown Silver Spring. DC News Now's Kevon Dupree tells us about several deals that are available when it reopens.
The Silver Spring Metro station is among those set to reopen on September 1st. Until then, and even after, people can take advantage of the Smart Trip Discount Deals program. On June 1st, Glenmont, Wheaton, Forest Glen, Silver Spring, and Tacoma Red Line stations went offline for summer work. The Tacoma station reopened by the end of the month. The others are set to reopen in a little more than 2 weeks. That's great news for Metro riders.
Since it's been closed and I've had to just wait on the bus, it's slowed it. So once the train station opens back up, everything will pick back up for me. So I'm looking forward to that.
Metro is encouraging riders in Silver Spring to take advantage of exclusive discounts at select shops and restaurants, including Miss Toya's Creole House.
We do offer like a $10 off for any purchase of $25 more, so only people got to show is the Smart Trip cards and stuff like that. So we just encourage people to come out and come support small business like us.
Sandra Shozitsky received her summer shutdown discount deal at lunch Friday. She plans to enjoy more deals before the program ends.
So literally I can dine at different places and save this $10 off of my Smart Trip and add it up. It doesn't just have to stop at one place. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
The Smart Trip discount deals will go until September 10th. Reporting in downtown Silver Spring, I'm Kevon Dupree, DC News Now.
Well, thanks to Kevon. Staying on the move, Metro fans are getting excited. WMATA's limited edition holiday sweaters are already here. You can see the cute gingerbread man conductor design. The slogan, "'Tis the season to ride." The festive getup is now available for pre-order on Metro's website. Sizes range from small to XXL, and they're not necessarily cheap. It'll run you $70. All right, in the district, DC residents celebrated the godfather of go-go. Chuck Brown happened earlier today in Southeast. People came together to honor Brown's life and legacy at Fort DuPont Park. Celebration featured musical performances by the Chuck Brown Band and other local go-go acts. One person we caught up with explained it's important to honor Brown and go-go music because both are weaved into the identity of the district.
Go-go is the sound of the city. It is the soundtrack of the city. It's the heartbeat of the city. Friends are here, family is here, the bands are playing. People are having a great time.
Chuck Brown Day has been a staple in the district. Today marked the 10th year of the event.